He's not my dad. Prince Harry expresses grief after getting evicted from Frogmore by King Charles. The air was thick with tension as the news broke like a thunderclap across the United Kingdom. Prince Harry, the younger son of the late Princess Diana and former member of the British royal family, had been unceremoniously evicted from his longtime residence, Frogmore Cottage, by his own father, the newly minted King Charles III. In a stunning turn of events that left the world reeling, the rift between the once inseparable father and son had reached a crescendo, spilling out into the public sphere in the most dramatic fashion. The repercussions of this seismic shift within the royal household were felt far and wide, sparking a tidal wave of speculation, controversy, and, for many, a deep sense of sorrow. The eviction, a symbolic severing of ties, was seen by many as a cold and calculated move by the newly crowned monarch, a desperate attempt to assert his authority and distance himself from the ongoing drama that had engulfed the firm, as the British royal family is often referred to. For Prince Harry, the blow was a deeply personal one, a stinging reminder of the fractured relationship he had been struggling to mend since his dramatic exit from the royal fold in 2020. "I'm not my father's son," the prince was heard muttering bitterly, his voice laced with a mixture of grief, anger, and a profound sense of abandonment. "He's not my dad. He's the king, and I'm just the spare." The decision to strip Harry of his long-held residence, a cozy cottage nestled within the grounds of Windsor Castle, was widely interpreted as a power play by the new king, a swift and decisive action intended to send a clear message to his wayward son. The time for reconciliation had passed, and the family's unity was no longer a priority. The eviction came on the heels of Harry's explosive memoir, Spare, a tell-all that delved deep into the inner workings of the royal family and the personal anguish he had endured throughout his life. The book, a searing indictment of the institution he once called home, had further exacerbated the already strained relationship between the prince and his relatives. "Harry has burned too many bridges, and his father simply couldn't forgive him," said royal commentator Beatrice Montague, her voice laced with a tinge of sadness. The king had to make a tough decision, and unfortunately, it came at the expense of his own son's well-being. The fallout from this latest royal drama was immediate and far-reaching. Fans and supporters of Prince Harry rallied to his defense, condemning the king's actions as heartless and unprecedented. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of solidarity, with many expressing their outrage at the perceived mistreatment of the younger royal. "This is a disgraceful display of power and a betrayal of family values," wrote one Twitter user. "Harry deserves better than this. He's lost so much already, and now they're taking away his home? Shameful." Others, however, sided with the king, arguing that Harry had brought this upon himself through his own actions, and that the royal family had every right to distance themselves from the ongoing controversy. "Harry made his own bed when he chose to leave the royal family and air their dirty laundry for the world to see," said royal watcher Evelyn Sinclair. "The king is simply doing what he believes is necessary to protect the institution and maintain its integrity. It's a harsh decision, but one that was probably inevitable." As the dust settled and the shock waves reverberated through the nation, Prince Harry found himself at a crossroads, grappling with the raw emotions of betrayal and loss. The once vibrant and outspoken royal had been reduced to a shell of his former self, his eyes brimming with unshed tears as he contemplated his next move. "I never thought it would come to this," he confided to a close confidant. "I thought we could mend our relationship, that we could find a way to coexist. But it's clear now that the rift is too deep, the wounds too fresh. I'm not my father's son anymore. I'm just the spare, and that's all I'll ever be." The future of the House of Windsor, once a symbol of stability and tradition, now hung in the balance, as the rift between the king and his son threatened to tear the very fabric of the monarchy asunder. The world watched with bated breath, wondering if the wounds could ever truly heal, or if the chasm between the two would only continue to widen, leaving an indelible mark on the legacy of the British royal family.